afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, July 25th. This is the Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service, and I'm Kylie Widman. In today's headlines, local cattle ranchers recover from after last year's drought, cattle theft, 2 Tarleton student journalists win a statewide award, bicycles impounded on campus, Tarleton Theater offers adult-only show, then weather. Now today's top story. With last year's drought still on everyone's mind, cross timber ranchers are slowly recovering from a long and stressful season. Across the Midwest, Americans are struggling the same as Texans were last year. Cattle the local ranchers sold off to states like Iowa, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska are being brought back by the pair. There just isn't enough grass and water, said a local Stephenville rancher, Troy Moore. Due to recent rains, grass is green and lush in the immediate Cross Timbers region, allowing ranchers to put cattle out to the pasture instead of paying the high cost of feed, and that is putting money back in their pockets.
Last year during the drought, we were sending 6, 7, 8, 10 truckloads a day out here, and they went all parts of the United States. This time last year, we were selling 200 or 300, 400 cows every sale day because the guys just didn't have any hay, didn't have anything for them to eat. The grass was drying up, and then there's more grass right here right now than there probably was in the county at this time last year. And it didn't get any better. It went on all the way through August and right into July before it changed. I've talked to some boys in Potosi, Missouri. Their stock water is not as critical as their ground, as far as actual soil moisture, but it's getting that way. The biggest factor is they've had some little showers, but they haven't made hadn't made any hay. They're already feeding hay in the summertime, and you're supposed to feed hay in the wintertime, and it's going to make for a long winter if you're sitting here feeding hay in June and July, and then they're having to buy it to ship it in there, and then that just inflates the price just like it did here. Where we were giving $35 to $60 for a roll of hay, round bale of hay. By this time, when that drought went on and we got into it, this hay was bringing from $130 to $150 a roll. Same weight bale, just twice the price.
But drought isn't the only worry on ranchers' minds these days. Cattle theft is climbing the central Texas region. Marvin Wills, Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association ranger, says he normally investigates 35 cases per year. However, he has investigated 30 cases so far, with 5 months remaining in the year. Hamilton County Ranger Steve Watson lost 32 head of Wagyu cattle to thieves. Watson discovered the theft recently when he rounded up the cattle to take count. He believes the theft is likely occurred over a period of time, from thief or thieves taking a few cattle each time.
I think they probably came in. They may have done it horseback. They may have cubed them. They could have done anything. There's a set of pins right here that they probably pinned them in and got them out. They could have got them out over a 2 or 3 week period. Anything's possible. We got cattle in a number of places, and so far, thank God, this is the only place they've stolen anything. But hopefully they'll catch them. The Rangers are working on it, so I hope they catch them. Because they'll go to jail for a long time. They get caught for stealing that many dollars worth of cattle.
It's a crime of quick money, says Wills, unlike other thieves who might sell stolen goods for a fraction of their value. Wills says cattle rustlers can sell stolen livestock for full market value. With a sale barn, he said, you get 100% of the value of what the cow's worth that day. Sale barns use the TSCRA brand registration system to check out cattle brought for sale against reported stolen cattle. In order for the system to work, ranchers must brand their cattle and register the brand. Cattle that aren't branded or marketed in any way are virtually impossible to recover, said Wills. 2 Tarleton students, Monica Pierce and recent graduate Amber Ward, were awarded the 2012 President's Future Journalist Award by the Freedom of Information Foundation of Texas. The pair led teams of students who mapped crimes on campus and Stephenville. Foundation President Dale Leach lauded the two for their vigilant support in the Federal Clery Act. The 2 students were not only gave students their first real image of crime in the immediate communities, but were able to break a story involving 2 Tarleton basketball players who were involved in campus burglaries. Pierce and Ward were invited to the upcoming 2012 Bernard and Audrey Rappaport State Conference Keep It Open. The foundation fights for public access to government records. The conference will be held in Austin on August 10th. Seems these days parking citations aren't just for cars. On July 17th, 19 bicycles were seized here on campus by Tarleton Parking Department. The bicycles were impounded because they were determined to be abandoned. The location where the bikes are cited included Texan Village Apartments as well as Traditions Hall. Program coordinator Nelda Moore issued a campus email to Tarleton students about the bicycles that stated if they aren't claimed by August 15th, they're going up for auction. It is unclear at this time how long the bicycles have been abandoned. If you have any information on these bicycles or think you may own one, the campus parking department urges you to call them at 254-968-9001. Theater at Tarleton opens this week with an adult-only performance of Neil Simon's Last of Red Hot Lovers, a play with adult language and situations. Theater at Tarleton showcases 4 main stage plays each year and 1 summer studio performance. This summer studio play is full of scandal and secrets. Hannah Herring, a student at Tarleton, says she loves getting the chance to see live plays through theater at Tarleton since live performances are so limited in the Cross Timbers area. Set designer Sydney Scott encourages the community to come see the production.
Come see the show. It's Last of the Red Hot Lovers by Neil Simon. It's about the last of the love generation in the 70s. It's all student design.
The play will show this Thursday through Saturday and August 2nd through 4th at 7:30 p.m. in the Workshop Theater in the Clyde H. Wells Fine Arts Center. Tarleton's box office is selling tickets from 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Tickets are $10 for adults and $8 for Tarleton faculty, staff, students, and senior citizens. While we're discussing theater, our own Houston Hall visited the local movie theater to chat with the locals about the recent Aurora, Colorado shooting.
Hi everyone, I'm Houston Hall from Texan TV News, and I'm here right now. I believe you're a Tarleton State University student, correct? What's your name?
Keandra.
Keandra again. Pleasure to meet you. But honestly, I got a few questions for you.
Okay.
I know that you just came out of the movie for The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
And because of what has happened in the last 72 hours, I guess, do you feel safe coming to a movie because of what happened in Aurora, Colorado?
Honestly, I mean, I can say that I still feel safe, but it still crosses my mind. Like, I walked in there still thinking about, like, what if it were to happen? And when I walked in, I sat down and looked to see if it was any exit doors. So, yeah, it's different. It's a different scenery.
Okay. And because Aurora has a population of an estimated 300,000 people, which is basically the same size as Plano, Texas, Collin County, do you see that would only happen there, per se, in a larger setting, or could it also happen in a town like Stephenville?
I think it could. I think it could, and I think it'd be honestly like a place for it to happen, really. I think it would happen. I think it could happen.
I guess from your background, where are you from?
I'm from Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Yes.
Okay, so this might actually, other than the guns aspect, this might actually hit home. It sounds like you grew up around the era when Timothy McVeigh bombed that federal building, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Understandably, 2 different parts of the country that we're talking about. We're roughly 1,500 miles away from Colorado, but the fact that this hits that close to home, it scares anybody and everybody, and it's nasty and it's dangerous. Okay. Hopefully, from all this, the court will take care of what needs to be taken care of. But right now, we just need to focus on families, home, and taking care of business.
Today's weather will be a high of 96 degrees with a 0% chance of precipitation. Today's broadcast was brought to you by Travion Davis, Lucy Pound, Jenny Klein, and Matt Lennox. Engineered by Matthew Mills. Video provided by Lucy Pound, Jenny Klein, Matt Lennox, Houston Hall, and Rafael Sanchez. Photography provided by Travion Davis. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends and become a fan of us on Facebook.